Welcome back. It's the Kovacs Report, and it's time to play my comic book wildcard of the week. Yes, a new number one from Mad Cave, Red Vector. So I'm going to go through it page by page. There will be spoilers. Please do like the video if you like the video, and hit subscribe if you can. I'd really appreciate it. So this gave me huge space opera Star Wars feelings as soon as I saw this solicit. So I thought, you know what, the art does look rather lovely. Let's give it a go. And sure enough, as you get in the first page, you get this mock movie poster, which completely transports me back to the days, late 70s, early 80s, first watching Star Wars. And that's intentional, and it's a good thing because it really does set the tone for the rest of the book. It looks really, really cool. So we meet Cora and her dog Yuma. Now, this is not just a dog, it's a dog with a bandana. And it's not just a dog with a bandana, it's a dog with a bandana and goggles. And whenever you see that, you know this book's going to be good, right? So I was already sold just by this one page. Now, we do get this quote here referring to hope. And I think this is what this book is all about. I mean, I guess that's also maybe a nod to, A New Hope. Because it's very, very, very George Lucas Star Wars all the way through. Again, it's borrowing, not stealing, and it's influence rather than copying. So I really, really enjoyed this book. And again, I'm going to just say the art is so good. It is so good, and the colouring really makes it pop. Now, I meet this chap here, Deck. He's a member of the Resistance, and he is flying straight to this strange Death Star contraption, which is like generating a rift. All right, and this rift is powering up. They want it to stop. But it is too late because the process has begun and there's nothing stopping it. But rather than get out of there, because I think once this rift activates, everything dies. He's like, no, I think we can still do it. So he attacks anyway. Now, the Empire, the Galactic Empire, the evildoers, I guess, of the book, they are striking back. That was another nod to Star Wars. But we meet Varson, the Prime Minister, who has returned after a time of exile. We don't know why. We don't know what happened. And he's with this chap here, with his strange-looking get-up here, Commander Peric. Now, I think they are brothers, because it sort of intimates that later on, where he calls him brother. But he's the bad guy here, right? He's the Darth Vader. He just wants to destroy them. He's not interested in diplomacy. He wants them gone so the Empire can continue in whatever it is doing. But Varson here, he'd rather be a bit more diplomatic and talk to them. Talk about peace rather than war. But he's not interested. He's not interested at all. He's like, no, we are getting rid of them. It's too late now. Now, Varson says, nope, that's not going to happen. I will go out there and I'll disable their fighters as opposed to just destroying them. And maybe we can come to some kind of agreement. These two do not get on. You can really, really feel the tension. And I think Varson was one of them. Whatever they are, he was one of them in the past. So he flies out in his ship and he gets the warning that, if the rift cannot be reversed at this stage, you know that better than anyone. Everything in this sector will be wiped from existence. All right. So if he doesn't get back soon, he is a goner. But he still proceeds out there and he starts fighting these rebellious starships. Now, when he comes up to Drek, sorry, they collide, actually, and their planes sort of fuse together, which creates a bigger problem because Varson's energy core that drives his ship, it's going to explode. So he needs to purge it and eject it, and that's exactly what he does. He ejects it out, and what happens is it drifts towards this rift generator, right, which is not very good at all. Now, the rift hits 100% capacity, and from what I understand, it's going to destroy everything in that sector. Why? I don't know, because I was a little bit confused earlier on, because I don't know why they're destroying this sector, why they're destroying this planet. Is it to get rid of the dissidents? So rather than keep fighting them, just go over there and blow their planet up, problem solved, off we go. So that's what I think is happening here. Anyway, like I say, they are trapped together. The core detonation is imminent and it explodes. But what it does is it sends them through the rift, okay, and they crash land on Earth in one of the national parks. So as they land, we find out Varson's injured. His arm, I think, is dislocated. He's not in good stead. But Drek here, he's up and out. So that youthful exuberance versus the old age and the knowledge type of chaps. You've got these two opposing forces, this yin and the yang, right? So he's like, I'm going to kill you, basically. And he's got this fiery axe. Not sure where that came from. Probably on his ship. And he's about to strike. And then suddenly he gets electrocuted. And he goes back to do it again and he gets electrocuted again. I'm like, what's going on? And here we meet Cora and the cool dog, Yuma. She's basically tasered him. I mean, that's what you would do, right? If you saw someone attacking someone else with a big fiery axe, you'd either run away or you'd tase them if you had one. And that's what she does. And it knocks him unconscious. Now, they wake a little bit later on in one of these National Park Service buildings. And Varson and Cora have got acquainted. He's explained their situation. She's come to understand it. But old Drek here, he's like, what's it called? Universal translator hasn't kicked in yet. It's still learning this foreign language, this English. And we get a few pages where he's trying to break free and he's trying to, shout that he wants to kill Varson here. But eventually his translator kicks in and it works. Now, she relocates his arm or shoulder back into place, which is quite painful, which makes him very, very happy about it. And he's like, basically still very angry at Varson because he's responsible for the death of everyone he ever loved. So I'm assuming that's exactly what happened before. It just destroyed that sector. So this is not what he wanted. And I think what we've got here is we've got a person who is sort of set in the old ways, who is a little bit more understanding, but he's been stuck as he's grown up in that generational sort of indoctrination of the empire, right? And maybe he can break free. Maybe he can break the cycle and become a better person. And we've got this young, idealistic man who basically wants revenge for everyone being killed. So it is the yin and yang here. Now, we have a problem because they are stranded on Earth. And Varson says, listen, we can get back potentially, right? Because my navigational systems can get us back to this rift or this seam that's opened up. And we could traverse through it back to our place time in the galaxy. Except our ships are both damaged. But if we conglomerate them, if we take parts from mine and build it into yours, right, we have a chance. So why don't we become allies for now and enemies later? And they drink to it. And that's exactly what they decide to do. Now we're taken back to this sort of Darth Vader-y type, and he's listening in to all the sort of transmissions on Earth, and he's understanding what's going on our planet. And he basically says, tell Captain Narlak to launch the probes immediately and tell him to target that planet. So basically, it's invasion time by the looks of it. He's going to go in there, invade the planet, get these guys back, maybe take over the planet. But, why did he go for the rift? How did he get through the rift? Was that the intention of the rift? Was it to destroy everything, to power it up, to send them through to other distant galaxies? I don't know. It's a little unclear and I'm a little bit confused. But everything else is really, really nice. Like I say, the art is really spot on. The coloring's great. The dialogue is sharp. And again, it's a space opera, right? And I think we haven't had a good space opera for a long, long time. So I am all in on this book. I really enjoyed it. Again, I've not heard of this creative team before, so I'm going to kind of look up some other things that they've done and see if it's just as good. But if anyone can explain to me anything that I've missed, I'd be very, very happy to hear it because I really want to get on board on this book and support it. So there we go. And number one from Mad Cave. They seem to be rolling out a lot more better books than not in recent times. So I'm really excited to see what else is coming out from Mad Cave in the future. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Do let me know yours. Let me know if you read the book and what you thought of it in the comments, and we'll have a little chit chat. So until then, like the video if you like the video. Hit subscribe if you can. That would be great. And I'll catch you in the next one. Take care now.